Welcome, Francesco, to Metallarium Pages. It's a great pleasure to talk with you about Rose, this new album. Sorry, this new album, Troll Slayer, and more things related to the metal world in general. So we'll start by asking, how are you doing today? How is the band during the last couple of years?
Uh, in the last couple of years, I mean, we are just having a big vertical growth because we are back from the pandemic, so we are back on business, and I guess that every single band around the world is touring a lot in the last 2 years. So we are doing good. Thanks God, everything is growing, and in the last days, no, I mean, in the last days, we are so tired because we will leave for the tour in a couple of days. So now we are preparing all the logistic, all the stuff, and it's very, very tiring.
Okay. So talking about from this new album, when do you start writing songs for this new album? Are all the songs new, or perhaps do you rescue any composition that were left out for the previous one?
All the stuff is new, but we never stopped. I mean, as long as we finish for the with the previous one, we just stopped a couple of months, and then we started to compose stuff again. We just stopped a couple of months to do the mix, to do all the stuff, but otherwise we continue. So when it was released, we already have like 3, 4 songs for this new album. So all good. I mean, ideas. Then in 2 years they get reworked, many times until we find something special, the right formula. And then when we find it, uh, we keep on the idea, and we stick to the idea, and we continue to work.
Okay, I understand. So I saw that I saw that Always Win Rose is keeping busy with the schedules in albums because since 2012, you're still releasing 3 years, 3 years, 2 years, or each 3 years or 2 years a new album. So
Yeah.
you guys see be a steady piece of releasing albums. So with your last one coming out this in 2022. So what motivates you or inspires you to keep such a consistent release schedule, especially and in an era where people tend to listen to albums less and there are so many other releases competing for attention?
Let's say that for the example of this album specifically, we we just had the thing is that uh, we wanted to join the tour with Powerwolf, and when they made this offer, it was like 1 year and a half ago, stuff like this. And talking between the management, they say, you know what, we would like to have Windrose with their new album, but our
Mhm.
tour is on this date. And to be honest, we were, I mean, in a good timing for finish the album. So we say, you know what, we can do it. I mean, when we finish the album, we can join you guys in tour. So it's not a problem. So usually this kind of uh, frequency, let's say, uh, it's because it's something that the business require. Uh, I mean, people wants to hear new stuff. And if you don't release anything,
Mhm.
in my opinion, it could be very bad for the, I mean, for your business. Because the thing is that nowadays everything appear and disappear in like 6 months, 1 year. So you have to keep on producing stuff. You have to keep on work hard if you want to stay, on the top. It's
Mhm.
important.
Yeah, that is true. So many bands and musicians see each album as a child. each one special in its own way. So what makes you this album special to you? And how do you work to maintain your classic sound while you're still keeping your composition friends after, well, more than 10 years?
Yeah, actually, it's 15 years. I mean, that we are together, so it's a lot of years.
Mhm.
And to be honest, we just do what we like. I mean, it's it's something that could sound stupid because you say, yeah, but everyone do what they like. No, it's not true, because sometimes bands do what they expect. I mean, what the people expect from them, and this is totally wrong, because at the end, uh, if you do what the people as what the people, I mean, what you expect, what they expect from you, you will not be yourself, 100%. So it's very, very difficult to balance between what the people expect from you and what you can provide. If you provide what you are in the moment, there could be a risk that some of them don't like you, or and it could be, but at the end, it's a choice that should not affect you, because you are the artist. You have to provide something that it's you in this moment, and this is our secret, let's say, because when we do music, we just do what we like. So the album is like a photograph of ourselves now. And I mean, we just do, for example, we
Mhm.
let's say that we make an album now, and we have folk influence, power metal influence, etc. For the next album will be different. Why? Because we are different. Sometimes you see people and bands that do the same albums, for 50 years. It's impossible. Who is the same person of 20, 30, 40 years ago? No one. So this is what we think, but I don't know if it's correct or do you understand me?
Yeah, yeah, I understand. I understand. I
Okay,
understand.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. So I saw that, as I said, I saw you always working on new music, new albums. So for you, this, how do you decide when it's time to work on a new songs and a new album? Perhaps it's finished when you finalize the promote the last album, or perhaps you when you finalize the finishing touring.
No, I didn't understood the question. Sorry.
So how do you
When we
decide?
decide to finish,
Yes, how do you
well,
decide? How do you decide when it's time to work on a new songs on a new album?
as I told you, we never stop composing. So we always compose. We never stop because it's our job. So I mean, basically, we meet like a couple of days per week in someone's house, like Claudio's house. It's me, Claudio, and Federico. So guitar player, keyboard player, and me. Then I'm the singer, and we just meet all together. And uh, if there is something, nothing to talk, we can compose instantly. Otherwise, we can talk about the business, about what we have to do some stuff. So it's also a good opportunity for socialize now between us. So we never stop working, and at the end, we spend like 15 20 hours per week composing, and we always find something interesting, at the end of the week. So it's a cool thing. It's like go to the bar for us, but we don't go to the bar. We write music.
Okay, okay, nice, nice. So the cover art for this new album looks great as usual. The bands always present a great cover art for this, and since Winter Saga, I'm keeping C and into the character into the cover art is
Yes,
a dwarf like normal. That is your team. Use that is your team for the Win Rose. So, but
yes.
in this topic, this character or this pet perhaps has a name.
The character as a name. The character, I mean, as a name. In
Mhm.
this case, it's not that it has a name. It's a trust layer. The trust layer is, uh, the it's a character from Warhammer. So it's not like, for example, Eddie from Iron Maiden. No, I mean, it's not. It's nothing like this. It's more a character. Something that uh, something that
Mhm.
is in this way. It's like related to the topic of the album. So if we write an album of on the Trust Layer, like now that it's part of the Warhammer lore, we put a, a character that has the similarities of a Trust Layer, stuff
Mhm.
like this. But at the end, I mean, it's very personal. The cover is not very easy to, you
Mhm.
know, which one you like before. I mean, you prefer Warfront, for example, or Trust Layer? Which one you like before, more? Let's say.
Mm.
I
Okay.
ask you.
Mhm. Oh, depends on me because the cover art, for as you said, is very different for the first. I usually try to relate always all cover arts, so that's why when I see three times and like in the same like a dwarf into there, I just recently realized perhaps this cover art or this character has a name. That's why I ask you that
No, no, but I mean, which one you like more? For example,
about the three albums. The
because
last.
yeah, the last three. I mean, just for myself. I mean, curiosity.
Oh, okay. For me, in talking about the cover arts or the music in general.
No, no, the cover art.
Okay, for me, this cover is much better because this one is more aggressive. Like if you said that like this is
Okay,
coming from the Warhammer stuff, so this more aggressive because the first one for me is related to like this Lord of the Rings, this kind of details. That's why I prefer the last
okay,
one for the color, especially for the
yeah,
colors.
okay. Yeah, I mean, it's more winter stuff. No, it's more
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. No, it's good. I was just curious to know uh, which one you prefer more. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, it's very, uh, it's very personal, the stuff. So it's not that easy to understand which one is
Mm-hmm.
better, or stuff like this.
Huh? Okay,
So
okay.
I can get it. I can get, I mean, I can understand why you told me that. I mean, I like more this to be honest too. It's more aggressive, so it reflects the look, let's say, of the album, no? I mean, how it sounds the album to us.
Okay, okay, okay. So how do you feel the fan reception to the single has been to promote this new album so far? So how do you usually choose the singles for the new album, considering that your sounds power metal, folk metal, and more thing into there, so it's very diverse in general. So and it would be difficult to have one song that encompasses all the music that you put on each album.
Let's say that we have many
Mhm.
influences, okay, on the album. So
Mhm.
if you do, they are difficult questions because I already answered you before. I mean, if you do whatever you like,
Uh-huh.
you don't have any problem because you do what you like, and also uh, I mean, you don't have to choose anything. You choose is the your influences, your stuff that choose for you. It's not that you choose directly what to
Mhm.
what to put in an album. So for us, it's something that comes naturally. Okay, so we never choose like, we have to put this, we have to do that. I mean,
Mhm.
whatever we feel in the moment, we write and we do it.
Mm. Okay, okay. So now talking about now for the promotion of this new album. So what kind
Okay.
of plans do you have for this Troll Slayer? I saw you will play some tours there in Europe. Perhaps you will return to Latin America, or perhaps, as you said, you are already working on the new album. Who knows? What kind of plans do you have for Windrose and this Soul Slayer?
Translator, for sure, we want to make, I mean, we want to promote it maximum on this tour that is coming. And
Mhm.
after this, we would like to tour every single country that we know. We have a big fan base. I mean, for sure, Europe, again, as headliner, that will be mandatory 100%. And sometimes is good even to go uh, to explore, let's say, new parts of the world. For example, now, as you said, we went to Latin America, and for us was one of the most spectacular experiences in our life, because we never been there before with the band, and
Mhm.
I was there before, but by myself, as a traveler.
Mhm.
So now going with the band was very, very beautiful, and we had so much fun.
Mm. Okay, okay, okay. So now talking about, yes, talking about for this last Latin tour here. So how was your experience for you to be here on the first time? Did your expectation come true? Because as I interview a lot of bands from Europe and always say that the Latin American people are very passionate at the time when they listen to music, the bands, etc. This these statements, these statements were true when you came here for the first time. And which country was the most enthusiastic for you, for the song, for the music of the Wind Rose, obviously?
Let's say that in Latin America, people is very warm, and it's very. I mean, yes, it's true that it's fantastic, because uh, probably, I mean,
Mhm,
as long as not many bands pass from there. I mean, often, especially the ones from Europe, because it
mhm,
requires a lot of effort, no, and also more money to go to Latin America. You have to bring your crew. I mean, it's a long travel.
mhm.
So the people wait for years now to see you, and when they see you finally, I mean, they are very, very happy about it, and it's uh, it's something very, very cool. We we liked it. Let's say that
Mhm,
the every country of Latin America was very cool. I personally liked
mhm,
Mexico, because I liked that, and I also was surprised in Argentina, because they made a mess. Brazil, they made a super mess, but also Costa Rica, Peru. I mean, I cannot say that something is better than the other, because everyone was very kind and ready to listen to our music. So uh, I feel that I will do something wrong telling that
mhm.
someone was better than the other. That was
Well, yeah.
that was very, very good. We loved it. We loved it. It was fantastic.
Okay, I understand perfectly. Don't worry, don't worry. So, you are being around for over 15 years, and you have already more than well, you have 6 albums. Obviously, you have EPs, you have singles, this kind of stuff. So you have a lot of travels around the world, working with Wind Rose, as you said. You working as a musician with Wind Rose. So, what inspires you to create new music and bet on a real releases when you have hundreds of albums releasing per weekend? As you can see, every weekend we have more than 50 or 60
Yes.
albums. Or I think we are media, but as a media we cannot cover we cannot cover these albums because we have 50, 60, or 100 per weekend. So for you, how do you feel to have to compete with a lot of bands on this topic?
Uh, the competitors are strong, and competition is very high in our business. But the thing is, if you're doing this job, okay,
Mhm,
it's not just about music. Even if we are musicians, let's say, I mean, the truth. No, I mean, it's not just about music. It's
mhm,
also about social medias. It's also about your image of the band. This stuff is very important, very, very important. And
mhm,
we are strong on this. You know, we are strong on social medias, and we are strong on, on the, let's say, the part of the image. So we don't have we don't have much problem, to be honest, in this. We just do our part. We do what we feel, and everything is going good with no problem. I tell you the truth. Because otherwise, I mean, nowadays, let's say that you have like 3 4 seconds to convince someone to stay on your page, no? They see you in the reels, they see you on the internet. So if you want to convince them, you have to do something uh, that it's different from the others, okay? And
mhm,
it's very difficult to see someone doing this nowadays. Uh, what convinced you more could be the image of the band. We have a strong image. People stay for our image, and
mhm.
also go to listen our music, or also come to the shows. So we have no problem on this. We are good at this, probably more than make the music. No, I'm joking. No, I mean, it's important. The language of social medias, it's a language that you have to learn and talk. It's the most important nowadays.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Okay. So we are very close to this interview, Francesco, and for this, being a band with the varied sound, as I said, power metal, you have a lot of tons of symphonic, or you have folk there. How do you see the issue of labels? Because as you can see, fans and media always try to label bands and start playing with words like power metal, folk metal, and also I saw a lot of many bands says that your music is dwarf power metal. So Exita, and we have a lot of more labels for you. So how do you
Yeah.
describe your sound yourself?
Let's say that is true. I mean, someone called it dwarf metal, and it's something that it's important to say, because I mean, we didn't say it, was the community choosing this name, no, and it's something we liked, and
Mhm,
we can describe our music as let's say symphonic power with some folk stuff and with the opera singing, but it's very difficult to put us in a with the label, because uh, there are many things going on in our music, so it's very very difficult. I cannot tell you, we are this, because will be not true, in my opinion. We are a lot of things all together, and we love it.
Okay, okay. So, on the other hand, I imagine that you must also mention sometimes that your sound is reminiscent of certain bands that may have inspired you. But you ever been told that you sound like a certain band when you really don't?
Yes. Uh, Usually at the beginning, they were telling us that we sound like Rhapsody of Fire, but it's not true, obviously. I mean, they are totally different. From from the singer to the music
Mhm.
to the choice in composition. I mean, we don't even look, related to them, because there's nothing the same, to be honest. But it
Hmm.
was fun anyway.
Okay, okay. As I said, we are closing for this interview. And one thing, switching gears, there is a lot of talk these days about the advancement of artificial intelligence and how fast it has advancement that is being used in the arts, both for composing and music graphic art. So how do you see this from your perspective, and do you think in the future you will use to compose, design a cover or a video, for example?
Uh, we used AI for
Mhm,
uh, for a lyric video, I guess, when it was released. I mean, like it was the lyric video of the Bit of Durin, like 4 years
mhm,
ago, 3 years ago,
mhm,
and to be honest, yeah, it was the new thing, so we release it. But to be honest, if I have to be, uh, honest with you, the AI doesn't give you much, uh, you know, passion on what is the artwork that you are doing, and it makes a lot of mistakes, so it's not perfect. For the graphics, for the music, it's going really fast, and sometimes it makes music that you can hear, I mean, on the radio, no?
mhm,
Because it's like normal na 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 na
mm,
like this. It's stupid music that you could hear on the radio. We don't use it because it's not able to do something like Windows, to be honest. So we cannot use it. In the future, if there will be something like this, in my opinion, will be like the end of the art. Yeah, I mean, because the art is what you have to say. If you have to ask the AI what to say, it means that you don't have nothing to say left. So it's better if you go and change your work. No, I mean,
mhm.
you go do something else is better.
Mm. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Well, Francesco, we come to the sad moment of this interview. I hope you enjoyed this interview like me, and thank you very much for your time. This new album is great, so congratulations on it. Maybe you have something to add to your Latin fans and Metallican followers.
Yeah, sure. I would like to say to all the Latin America, especially all the cities that we kicked ass. For example, as I said, Argentina or Brazil or Santiago del Chile was fantastic. It was all people jumping. I mean, a lot of mess. I would like to tell them to follow us on the social medias because we will be back soon in Latin America and we cannot wait. So see you there. Let's rock.